You check your bank account before you check the weather. You've done the math in your head 100 times today already. But the real reason some people never escape this cycle has almost nothing to do with effort and everything to do with something scientists only fully understood a little over a decade ago. In 2013, economist Sindel Mullainathan and psychologist Eldar Shaffer studied sugarcane farmers in India who are poor before harvest and comfortable after it. Same people, same intelligence, only their bank balance changed. Before the harvest, the same farmers scored the equivalent of 13 to 14 IQ points lower on cognitive tests than they did after. Not because they got dumber, because financial stress was quietly eating their mental bandwidth before they even sat down to take the test. Think of your brain like a phone with limited processing power. Scarcity runs like an app you can't close, constantly recalculating, constantly interrupting. Long-term thinking requires spare mental capacity. Scarcity removes exactly that, right when you need it most. And here's the unsettling part. Researchers found the identical pattern in wealthy people simply made to feel a temporary financial squeeze in a lab. This isn't a character trait. It's a mental load, and it can land on anyone. Here's where it gets worse. Being poor doesn't just tax your attention. It actively costs you more money to exist. Economists call this the poverty premium. Someone without a bank account often pays 1 to 3% just to cash their own paycheck. A Brookings analysis found this can cost an unbanked worker $40,000 over a career. When an emergency hits with no savings buffer, a payday loan looks like the only option, at rates near 400% annually. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau found 4 out of 5 of these loans get rolled over, and nearly 1 in 4 gets re-borrowed 9 times or more before it's paid off. Now stack a third force on top. Harvard economist Raj Chetty tracked tens of millions of Americans and found something stunning. In 1940, 90% of children grew up to earn more than their parents. For children born in the 1980s, that number fell to 50%. A coin flip. Chetty's team traced it down to the neighborhood level and found the strongest predictor wasn't a neighborhood's wealth. It was economic connectedness, how much everyday contact low-income kids had with higher-income adults. 2 people can work exactly as hard and end up on wildly different paths because one had a neighbor who could mention a job opening and the other simply didn't. Here's the twist that should really change how you see this. If scarcity itself is the problem, removing it should change behavior without changing anyone's character at all. In 2019, Stockton, California gave 125 residents $500 a month, no strings attached. Full-time employment among recipients rose from 28 to 40%, far more than the control group. Anxiety dropped. Nobody was taught new values. Their bandwidth simply stopped being taxed, and that space went straight into better decisions. So when you ask why some people stay poor forever, the honest answer isn't about who worked harder. None of this makes effort meaningless. People absolutely do work their way out. But effort was never competing on a level field to begin with. It's 3 quiet systems, a taxed mind, a costlier wallet, and a disconnected neighborhood, stacking on the same person at once, long before anyone gets the chance to prove what they're capable of. You checked your bank account before you checked the weather. Now you know why that isn't a character flaw. It's biology, economics, and geography working against you all at the same time.